Hey guys, this is day 58, waking up at 5 a.m. for 336 days. Um, so, I can't really show the time right now because my battery's dead. But I think it's around 2 a.m. right now. Yeah, I just finished cheerleading practice as well. So, yep. Uh, and I just want to share like a realization that I had, today. Yesterday, like a lesson that I learned, I guess, is that it really hit me hard this time because if you watch like my previous videos, you know that I went through something unpleasant, uncomfortable. Not really. I guess it was painful in the heart, but it wasn't really. But it was. It just taught me a lesson, and sometimes. And the lesson was everything happens for a reason. Whether good or bad, especially bad, like when bad things happen, they happen for a reason. And they're usually there to teach you something, to teach you that you might have fucked up or you might have done something wrong and that next time you shouldn't do it again. And it's hard sometimes because you see people making these mistakes and you say like, oh, I don't want to be like them, but like for me, like I have to actually experience it first before like saying like, okay, fine, like what they said was correct. I should not be doing this. But I want to experience it for myself. I want to go through it myself. Then only come to the realization, because then only like will my conviction be higher that this is not the right decision. So I put myself through that. I don't really regret it because I think I've learned a lesson now. I think it's a big lesson, and yeah, everything happens for a reason. Like, especially when it really hurts, when it's really uncomfortable, when it makes you really like you sigh and you like, damn, why did I do that dumb thing? Like, I think that's when you learn the most, because if you're just like, you just shrug it off and be like, oh well, I just won't do it again, that won't really help. That won't really like make you change your behavior. You only change your behavior when you're like really pissed off at yourself for doing something that you shouldn't be doing. And I went through that, and I'm like, now, like, I can't go back to the past and change what has happened, but I can still change the present, and I can still somewhat change the future. I guess I can still control my actions today, right now, so that the outcomes I have in the future would be better than right now. So yeah, going through that experience really taught me that bad things are gonna happen, and what you can do is to learn from them. It's like you really have to learn from them, especially if it's painful. And it's better if it's painful, because you won't regret it. You won't forget it. You won't forget about the pain. And every time you want to do that dumb thing, you'd be like, damn, I remember this happened like 10, 15 years ago, or maybe 5 years ago. I know where this leads to. I don't want to have the same outcome again. And then you change your behavior. So yeah, like bad experiences, especially, that's the best opportunity to find like where you can improve on, or where you can like not do the same thing again that led you to that bad outcome. So yeah, that's how I look at, like, I guess, bad experiences now in my life. Like, sure they're bad, sure they're uncomfortable, sure they make you feel like sad sometimes, but they are very valuable, and they do teach you some life lessons, and they can help you in the future. So yeah, I have to get used to going through those things, because I know it's not going to be the only one. This bad experience, it's not going to be the only one. There's going to be more bad experiences in the future, and I have to be ready for them. So in order to be ready for them, I have to learn from this lesson first. I have to learn from this failure, this bad experience, so I can move it to a better future. so I can make better decisions in the future. This is what it's really all about. So, yeah, it's been an interesting 2-3 weeks, man. I won't lie, it's been interesting, really interesting 2-3 weeks of my life. Most interesting 2-3 weeks of my life. Uncomfortable, unpleasant, but it was hella interesting, and I don't really regret it. I don't really regret it, honestly, because the lessons that I learned, the experience that I got from it, it's kind of priceless. You can't really put a price tag on that. So in a way, I'm actually really grateful for, sometimes the bad things that happen in my life, because they make the good days better. And while the bad days might be worse sometimes, we have to realize that tomorrow is another day, and that bad day is gonna pass eventually. So you have to move on. But yeah, I learned a lesson. I learned a lesson. Especially like when communicating with girls and females now, like I'm gonna be more careful now, like especially when it's involving a girl, because they're different genders, different, they think differently. And I used to have this dumb idea that that girls think like guys or something. Like, I mean, sure, you can talk to them like guys, but they don't think the same way as guys. They think very differently. Now that I know this, like after all these years, yeah. Like after this experience, I'm like, damn, the people that make these videos on YouTube, they're not really joking. They're onto something. They know, they probably experienced it in their life. That's why they're talking about it on a video, or they're writing about it on a blog post. So yeah, I guess you gotta experience it before you can actually realize it. So I know whatever I'm saying now probably doesn't make sense to you, and you probably have to go out there and go out into the field and experience it for yourself to know what I mean. After all, this is just like a guide, or one person's experience, and my experience may not be your experience. So I'm just sharing my perspective of it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm not gonna wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, because it's like 5 a.m. today. I only have like 3 hours of sleep if I wake up at 5 a.m. So I'll see you guys on Saturday or Sunday if I wake up at 5. But yeah, I gotta sleep now. I gotta take some rest, and recovery is more important. Sleep is important, because I know I can work. Like, I know I can work. Now for me is I just need to prioritize recovery and getting good sleep in, because that's gonna make me have a long life, and I want a long life. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully soon.